Going Rogue Fest took place over the past week, focusing on brilliant roguelites, roguelikes and Metroidvanias, so if you're a fan of any of those genres, you're definitely in the right place. In this video, I'm pointing out 10 of the amazing games that I got the chance to play over the course of the festival. From the Brink is an incredible roguelite, which requires a good amount of hack and slash skills, as well as the ability to nimbly work your way around a set of given platforms. Once you get the hang of these two skill sets, you'll soon be putting together some of the fanciest combos around, as you defeat hordes of enemies of strange looking creatures. The Divine Spirits, creatures matched with elemental specialities, offer a number of elemental damage additions to help hinder the enemies. It looks like you get the choice of 3 weapons, a hammer, a set of floating fists, and what looks like a bow or spear. The moveset gives you plenty of options to deal with your enemies, with a standard close range move, dash, a ranged attack, and a heavier close range attack, which allows you to push the smaller enemies away. This was particularly handy as I did feel it could get a bit overcrowded very quickly on small platforms with a lot of enemy ranged attacks. The character and enemy design is certainly impressive as well, really adding to the mysticism of the game. Overall, I'm really impressed with the demo, especially for a first take. It ran really smooth and I definitely think this is going to be a great roguelike in the making. Overhaul will certainly test your smarts in a game that combines Sudoku and roguelites together. You have to solve the Sudoku puzzle in order to gain access to the other 3 doors, but each room provides a range of obstacles including dangerous plants, disappearing seeds and electricity. The most dangerous Sudoku game you've ever played. In typical roguelike fashion, you are given some upgrades to help you on your way once you have solved the problem. On your way you can find some secrets which will help breathe some nice friendly life into the power plant you traverse through in order to save your sister. You can even throw some of the random plants around to uncover these. I had a great time playing this demo and I'd highly recommend it to anyone who enjoys a different variety of roguelike. AK-Xolotl is on the cuter side of the roguelites, and the game's pixel art really makes this statement true. This aquatic little creature has to hunt down its next meal, only someone's gone and give these little cuties an AK-47, hence the name. You'll soon find yourself hunting down a range of creatures including ducks, raccoons and mouses, who are also armed and bloody dangerous. Collecting meat from the animals you defeat allows you to upgrade your AK-Xolotl, with health bonuses and base upgrades to help you beat the game. You can also personalise your base with a range of decorations you craft, making it a cozy place to return to in between runs. Best of all, you can raise baby AK-Xolotls to be playable characters in later runs. These can help you on your adventure. I'm guessing these will have a unique set of abilities. I unfortunately didn't get a chance to play this in the demo. You can also experience 3 other game modes, King of the Ponds, Horde and Chrono, if you ever fancy playing something different. Again, these were unfortunately played in the demo, but I can't wait to experience this when it comes out later this year. Next up is Nadir, a roguelike deck builder. As one of the deadly sins, you make your way through the 9 circles of hell, defeating a number of enemies along the way. Each of the 7 deadly sins is available as a playable character, bringing their own set of cards and skills. Every card you will play requires an enemy reaction, but here's the twist, you can predict these. Selecting your enemy's next move from a set of 3, but they must match your card's resource type. Sacrum and Profanum are the 2 types of resources in this game, and every one of your card has a cost. This means that you must carefully select your enemy's next move in order to utilise your hand to the highest efficiency. You can really find yourself backed into a corner very quickly here in Nadir. To top off a very enjoyable deck builder is some quality artwork which could easily fit into works such as Hellboy. So first of all, I'd like to apologise for any horrific gameplay you may see in the following footage. I was absolutely awful at this game, but I loved every second of it. OTXO is a violent top-down shooter roguelite which gives me those Hotline Miami / old school flash game vibes. You wake up on a beach leading to a mansion where you are offered a free drink on the house. Each of these drinks offers a unique ability before you dust yourself off with some chaotic gameplay. Bullets seem to come from every single angle, but you can focus to slow down time and dip and dodge out of the way. You'll quickly find yourself out of bullets, so you have to scrounge the floor for another weapon to eliminate your enemies with. But there is a chance for a breather. Every room is secured by locked doors, so you can stop, recharge and think of the best way forward before proceeding. There are other ways to eliminate enemies. You can also sneak around enemies, or my personal favourite, you can wait for the chance to splatter them with the doors. There are around 8 areas altogether with 150 handcrafted rooms, so I get the feeling the experience is never going to get stale. I think this is a game you're definitely going to keep coming back to. B.I.O.T.A is an incredible 2D Metroidvania action platformer which really gives off the charm of the old school Game Boy and arcade game. You lead a team of mercenaries to investigate a mining colony under threat from an alien plague. Leading this team means that there are 8 different playable mercenaries, each with their own weapons and set of stats. The combat is incredibly simple. You only have the ability to shoot straight in front of you and right above. But this isn't just the simple run and gun type of game, as you can also have controls of planes, submarines and various other vehicles to aid you on your mission. I mean, you even get a mech to kick some aid in behind it. This is definitely a game if you wish to take a step back in time, but with all the conveniences we get in modern games. You even get some customizable options. There are 54 palettes to choose from, so you can really make the game your own. Even match it with your RGB setup if you're feeling cheeky. Plus, it's got a quality chiptune soundtrack. I mean, what's not to love? Gedda Cake arguably has the most relatable character out of this list. All this little dragon wants is some food. With cake on his mind, he sets off to find his siblings. Gedda Cake has arguably some clunky animations, but I definitely think there's a gem of a game in here, with a really nice easygoing storyline to follow, but also some unique mechanics in the action platform genre. You can play as 6 different dragon siblings, each with their own strengths, abilities and weaknesses. Switching between these at will, you must find out where these are most useful, and what I really like is that the game actually punishes you for using the wrong dragon at the wrong time, with some extra elemental damage. But you can actually turn this off when selecting the difficulty, so not to worry if you're looking for a much more accessible game. As of May the 1st, this game is in version 0.4, so I do believe there is a lot more changes and improvements to come, so I'm not too worried about the animations just quite yet. This is definitely one to keep an eye on. This is probably the most unique on this list. Little Ghost is a wonderfully designed, hilarious 2D Metroidvania which focuses a lot more on platforming rather than combat. In order to progress, you must use the float mechanic to hop from platform to platform, avoiding the range of traps and obstacles along the way. This is made challenging by adding a range of keys and other objects to pick up and help progression, but one slight nudge can reset the object's position, so precision is a must here. The world is made up of drawings and, well, basically trash from someone's room by the looks of it. Little scraps of cardboard and pencils make the platform, while matches, paper clips and randomly drawn enemies make up the obstacles and enemies. It was an incredibly chilled but still challenging experience to play through the demo. I was also a big fan of the addition of podcasts and music from real artists. I absolutely love the vibe this game gives off, and if you are after a unique experience, I definitely recommend it. Even the demo itself offers 2 to 3 hours of platforming fun, so I'd 100% give this a go. Little Ghost will be launching its Kickstarter in August 2022 as well. Next up is the heavy metal inspired roguelike deck builder, where you get to slay some rocking goblins. Chord is a real fun take on the genre, assembling a team of Earth's mightiest musicians. Each character comes with a unique skill set and cards to match. The 4 we got to try out in the demo were the healer, tank, spread damage and heavy hitter. It was really cool how each class is assigned to specific instruments, so you always end up with a drummer, guitarist, bassist and hype person. Chord's character design is kind of like if Guitar Hero met Overwatch, and I'm all for that. The 4 characters you get to play look awesome, and I bet the other 8 look just as brilliant. I feel this is going to offer something other deck builders have yet to give us, so I think this is one to add to your wish list. Beyond the Long Night was an absolutely joy to play. A whimsical twin stick shooter roguelite where you float around on a set of balloons using magic to blast your enemies. The balloons acting as your life count is an adorable little inclusion, and the dark mountains were wonderfully designed, each room feeling really different with new additions. The enemies actually added to the beautifully designed games. Puffer bees are some of my favourite designed enemies. Possible to hit while small, so you have to wait for them to charge up their shot to get those hits in. Floating around the dark mountain, you get to meet a range of different characters who provide pieces of lore and hilarious dialogue to add to your journal. Each character remembers you between runs, so every new run means new dialogue, making for fresh experiences every time. I'm a big fan of how the developer has included the roguelike mechanics into the lore and story of the game, with the world stuck in a time loop. This is going to be an absolute wonderful game, so I'll get this onto your wish list. That's it for my favourite demos I played over this week. I really hope you managed to add some more games to your wish list or experience any games in the sale. If there are any games that piqued your interest in this video, all the Steam links can be found in the description below. If you want to see the best of indie games, don't forget to hit that sub button and ding that bell for notifications. And of course, thank you for watching. You're all superstars, and I'll catch you in the next one.